An ugly weekend as well for Team USA on and off the course. Who's to blame? We try to answer that next. Dimino was at the Ryder Cup. He'll give us the sights and sounds as well when we come back. Cellini and Dimino.
I can't give you all the sounds. They don't let me use a lot of that language.
Well, the sights from what you remember.
That's true.
As well. It was a very long weekend for you. We'll talk some Ryder Cup when we come back. Brent Key going to join us at 11:30 here on Cellini and Dimino. The Fan 680, 93.7 FM, and for free, the Fan app.
Atlanta's sports station is the home of the Braves.
A walk-off home run, and the Braves win it.
The home of the Jackets.
And he sprints in. Touchdown, Jackets.
And the official sports talk station of the Dogs.
Touchdown, Georgia.
680 The Fan, 93.7 FM, and the Fan app. Stream the biggest college football coverage in the South, all free, no matter where you go, on the 680 The Fan app. As the official flagship of the Yellow Jackets, we stream every play of Georgia Tech.
Ball is out. Jackets pick it up at the 31.
As the official sports talk station of the Dogs, we stream Kirby's presser and exclusive Georgia content from Athens.
You want me to say go Dogs or what?
Can you?
Plus anytime show replays and the Fans live stream everywhere you go.
Grab the Fan app now and be here for every epic moment.
Looking for your next ride? Welcome to ALMcars.com, Atlanta's ultimate destination for new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. With 18 dealerships and over 6,000 vehicles in stock every month, at ALM you'll find the best deals on pre-owned to the latest new models. All makes, all models. Shop the full inventory now at ALMcars.com and skip the hassle. ALMcars.com, ALMcars.com, where Atlanta drives.
Don't just dream about your perfect backyard, make it a reality. I'm Naveed, the Makeover Man, founder of Outdoor Makeover and Living Spaces. We design and build incredible outdoor living spaces. With an in-house design, operation, and permit team, we can tackle any backyards seamlessly. Count on us for swimming pools, outdoor kitchens, fire features and patios, to porches, putting greens, and full-blown landscape and hardscapes. So call us today or visit outdoormakeover.net to read our thousands of 5-star reviews and get inspired. Outdoor Makeover and Living Spaces. You'll love your new backyard.
My cubs like scary stories around the campfire. One of their favorites is about the time before we had Scana Energy as our natural gas provider. Cold winters were unbearable in those days. Now that we've locked in long-term savings with Scana, the whole family can relax and stay warm all winter. Find an option that's right for your family with Scana and save up to $100 when you sign up. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/warm for details. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Buck here, and if you want to talk about the game of football, you can call somebody like me. But when it's the game against the insurance company after an accident, that's when you call an expert like my buddy Ken Nugent.
I'm attorney Ken Nugent. For over 40 years, my team and I have been successfully battling insurance companies. We help injury victims secure the maximum settlement they deserve. So if you've been injured in an accident, call 404-CALL-KEN and let my team win big for you. One call, that's all.
Visit callken.com.
Kenneth S. Nugent, PC, Attorneys at Law, 1355 Peachtree Street Northeast, Suite 1000, Atlanta, Georgia, 30309.
The Fan is proud to be the college football voice of the South with every play of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, exclusive coverage of the Dogs, and Atlanta's only home for the college football playoff and national championship.
Which means the Fans' team of truest reporters are on the move, bringing you all the latest from across the entire Southeast.
It's the level of coverage you'll only get from the Fan. And for financial confidence, turn to the team at Truist Bank, member FDIC. W229AG Atlanta, WCNN North Atlanta,
a Dickey broadcasting station.
680 The Fan, 93.7 FM, and streaming free across the South on the Fan app.
Cellini Dimino, it's the Fan 680, 93.7 FM, absolutely free. You can listen via the Fan app. As the 11 o'clock hour, brought to you by Trajan Wealth. Planning for tomorrow starts today. Visit TrajanWealth.com to learn more about retirement and estate planning. Going to talk to Brent Key on another Victory Monday. Somehow, some way, Georgia Tech is able to escape Winston-Salem with that win by a point in overtime. So Brent Key going to join us. It's a bye week now for Georgia Tech. Virginia Tech will be coming to town. But in the meantime, The Ryder Cup was something else that a lot of people were paying attention to this weekend, and Keegan Bradley took the blame for his team losing 15-13 after a huge rally to make it much closer than a lot of people thought it was going to be, because he wanted to change the course at Bethpage Black. And for those that don't know, they can change things. The captain can rearrange whatever he wants on the course, and the rough wasn't as thick, and typically it is at Bethpage Black, so Keegan Bradley kind of fallen on the sword for that reason.
Yeah, he thought them long off the tee, and then the rain came the day before and softened up some greens. And, yeah, just, look, it's not the reason you lost, but you're supposed to think of everything. And if you think of something that doesn't go your way, you have to eat it. Now, it's golfers. We say this about managers, hitting coaches, pitching coaches. Eventually, you got to go out and play. I don't swing the club for you. I don't miss the putt for you. The idea of missing putts was just incredible for 2 days.
And a lot
they
of
were
people
making their putts.
Are going to say this should have been Tiger's deal. Now, Ireland in 2 years is going to be the scene, and Rory is going to talk about what he expects from his crowd in Ireland momentarily, but it's got to be Tiger. The pressure is now on Tiger to come back and lead this team, to be a hero for Team USA.
Yeah, but what if you think you can't be a hero?
Maybe that's why he passed on it this year. I don't know.
Do you do it? Do you do it? I'll tell you that until yesterday, and yesterday was fantastic. The vibe was just all of a sudden you're looking and going, oh, how this will be the miracle of miracles. But I'll also tell you that being down that many in the first 2 days would tell you that you drastically underachieved. You choked away 2 days. 2 weeks ago, I told you, who's got the biggest problem is Scotty Scheffler. He's been the best player in the world for 2 years, and you know what could happen? It could all be wiped out. And I know he won yesterday, but 1-4 over the course of 3 days, when you've been the best golfer in the world for 2 years, that was in play.
And Keegan Bradley criticized for, among other things, the slow start in those foursomes and the 4-ball matches.
Morikawa.
He sends Colin Morikawa and Harris English back out together after Rory and Tommy Fleetwood blew him out 5-4. And then they lost 3-2. After losing 5-4 on Friday, they lose 3-2 on Saturday. That's one of the many criticisms that is being thrown the way of Keegan Bradley.
And the fact that it was Lowry who hit the putt, he's an emotional guy. And, we're going to hear, as you said, from Rory, what I think he's delusional if he thinks the country of Ireland, they're going to have to change these people's attitudes for 2 full years to make sure they're not drunk and trying to give it back to the Americans. DeChambeau being down 5 after 7 was the most incredible thing. Now, he comes back and he fist pumps and he does all those things, but how the hell are you down 5 after 7?
So you're there. Are you seeing, and I heard you this morning talk about it a little bit, but for those that didn't hear you talk about it on with the locker room this morning, are you seeing what a lot of people are talking about?
I didn't hear it. My line has always been on the fairways, walking up and down the fairway. If you're not over your shot, it's all fair game. Now, look, can you go too far? Of course you can. Again, like indecency. But if you're mother blanking a guy, I don't care. If he's over his ball, if he's getting ready to take a shot, you got to be quiet. That's just golf. You don't get to yell. You don't get to do those things. Now, FU fights, state troopers coming over, they're trying to figure out who they want to throw out, which is sort of an effort in futility unless people rat them out. I don't like that stuff. Just deal with the fact that this is the Ryder Cup. Like, it's not supposed to be friendly. And I know what Rory's about to tell us. I did not hear or see what it is people said they were hearing and saying.
Here is Rory talking about how the Americans were acting.
I don't think we should ever accept that in golf. Golf should be held to a higher standard than what was seen out there this week. Golf has the ability to unite people, teaches you etiquette, it teaches you how to respect people. And sometimes this week we didn't see that. So, this should not be what is acceptable in the Ryder Cup. But, we will be making sure to say to our fans in Ireland in 2027 that what happened here this week is not acceptable.
Best of luck.
Are you going to retrain the entire country? Are you going to turn off the spigots? What, like the booze? Like, what are you going to do? I would imagine the Irish are right now. Could they rally around the idea of let's just be better people? Sure. And then something's going to happen that's going to incite one guy, 10 guys, O'Leary's, McLaughlin's. They're all going to all of a sudden go.
You could say these things because you're half Irish. It's okay for you to say. I can't say those.
Yeah. No, I can tell you. I know what'll happen. It'll take one guy. It'll take one drunk Larry to actually go, oh, wait, it's about time. Shouldn't we really be getting on this guy? Isn't Bryson DeChambeau a jerk? Well, let's call him a jerk. And then you call him an effing jerk. And then you call him an effing jerk who's married to, a slut. I mean, I'm just telling you, like.
It just keeps going.
How do you think?
And you, like groundskeeper Willie in The Simpsons, you just rip your shirt open and you're, ripped.
I mean, fair or unfair, I just don't like over a guy's ball. Like, that's to me the thing. You, as a guy's lining up a putt off the tee,
backswing.
Yeah, just be quiet because now again, the idea that these guys are so mentally blank that noise drives them crazy. I don't understand that either.
But that's what that sport is like tennis. That's what it is.
What's the equivalent of a state trooper in Ireland? Because they're going to have to line them up 6 deep. They have to line them up 6 deep. I don't know who's going to control that.
I don't know what the equivalent is, but I heard you again talking about it this morning with the locker room. You don't mess with state troopers. Once they show up, you mind your P's and Q's. Even if you're not doing anything wrong,
I feel
mind
guilty.
Your P's and Q's.
I'm walking by a state trooper and I'm like, did I do anything today? I don't think I did anything. Do I have any coke or weed on me? No, I don't have any coke or weed on me. Why am I thinking like this? Oh, because it looks really official. Those hats, like they're big fellas.
And I think once you put those hats on, you can't break character. So if you go up to them and try to joke with them, they're not going to joke with you. They're like the guards at Buckingham Palace. They cannot break character.
Joke.
Once that hat is on. If the hat comes off, there's a chance they'll smile and engage. When the hat's on, no chance.
I'm on the clock. I'm a state trooper. But I didn't hear the things did somebody throw a cup at Rory's wife? Is that verified?
That's the allegation.
That's not cool.
And I believe there is some video backing up that allegation. Okay. That's not cool at all. Cool. That's embarrassing. Now, Keegan Bradley caught some heat. Remember what he told the crowd to do? Bring chaos. And somebody asked him about it, and he said, I don't appreciate those words you just said. No. You said those words.
Morikawa was the guy who actually
waving the flag.
Well, no,
he saw Jim Duggan going down the fairways during the practice rounds.
Well, here's what I would say. You're not good enough. You proved not to be good enough. He was the one who said he thought the practice rounds were a little bit tame. Where's the chaos? And everybody was like, yeah, don't worry, they'll get here. And then you flopped. There was no reason for anybody to rally around the Americans for 2 full days.
Now, whether you like this or not, here is more from Rory talking about what the Europeans were able to do.
Look, it was a rough week for all of us, but at the same time, we shut them up by our performance and how we played, and we tried to... I chirped back a few times because it got to me a few times, but we tried to handle everything that came our way with class and
That's enough. Yeah, you were different. Yeah, you were an unbelievable citizen of the world.
There's video of him telling somebody to shut the blank up.
He's telling guys, F you. I mean, you are not the ambassador to the world. UNICEF is not going to be...
You can't be throwing things at family members. Now,
no. I agree with that.
Now, Chipper caught some heat. Did you see what he said?
No, I did
on
not.
social media. He said, look, as a guy that played a number of games at the old Shea Stadium, the one thing I never did, I knew what was going to happen, and I knew I could handle it. But the one thing I never did was bring my family along for the ride.
Okay.
Now he's saying she didn't deserve it. Other family members didn't deserve what happened at Bethpage Black. But you can't put your family in that position. That was Chipper's point on social media.
I think your family's entitled to be there at one of the great, and who knows what Rory's got left. I mean, we talked about is he sort of winding it down because he's done everything he wants to do. I'm sure he's going to be there in 2 years. It's Ireland. I'm not saying he's not going to be there. This will not be his family's last chance to see him. I just don't like the idea that you have to think about your family not being someplace. And is it Bethpage, New York, and is that a consideration? Yeah, maybe more so than the Midwest, maybe more so than some other place. You're not allowed to chuck things at people. Now, you can joke and say it's a paper cup. It's a plastic cup.
Well, how would you, let me ask you this. If you say that, if that's your stance, how would you feel if you were out someplace with your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, and somebody started throwing things at them? You'd be very upset.
Of course.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, of course. It's disrespectful on top of it. Well, you're a hooligan at that point. I mean, throwing stuff at people is a hooligan.
Well, this is now the world we're living in because everybody wants to get something on TikTok. Like that kid, he looked like he was about 35 years old on the field after the Virginia win over Florida State in the face of Thomas Castellanos, the quarterback, flipping him off. At that point, you got everything coming your way. And if you don't like it, too bad. But I think you deserve to get your head cracked open at that point by a state trooper.
I think it's cowardice.
You need to be made an example of.
I think it's cowardice to throw something at somebody. It's cowardice. And I hope the person get pulled. You know, again, you want to arrest people. You want to throw people out. My problem with Rory, did you see what they had him do with one of the flags at the end? They put it over DeChambeau's name as they're standing on getting photo ops. They're like, no, put it over here. Put it over DeChambeau's
name. Yeah, because you're mad about what people were saying to you and what they did allegedly to your family. And it's not even really alleged because there is video of it happening.
What are the Americans going to do? So, you're going to tell the Irish to be quiet? Come on, there's a better chance I'll be on Mars.
No, you have to do what Rory did. You're going to snap every now and then, but don't let it affect your game and beat him.
But there'll be an American who snaps. There'll be an American who says, "Oh wait, I heard that," and then it starts all over again. You're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to shut it down completely. Don't throw things at people. And the only thing, again, I say from a golf point of view, if a guy's lining up a putt, if he's in his backswing, be quiet. That's the one. I don't like it. I don't like the idea that everybody else in sports has to deal with noise. Everybody in sports, right? Tennis, I guess, when you're serving.
Tennis is the only other sport that I can think of. Maybe bowling. I don't know.
No, I think once it's halfway down the lane.
The ball has been released.
I don't know why you can't hear noise. It just bothers me a little bit. Toughen up. But there's going to be somebody in Ireland who starts. And then, again, who's it going to be? What American are they going to be picking on? If DeChambeau's there, he's considered a world-class jerk.
He'd be the biggest target, I would guess.
Scotty Scheffler had a tough one, man. That is just 1-4.
Problem with Scotty Scheffler is I think if you heckle a guy like that, he'll go, you're right, I'm not playing so well right now. Then what do you do? Oh, man. That took the steam out of everything.
No, you got to come up with a better heckle. You got to go a little deeper into his Wikipedia page. Every man has an Achilles heel. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. You just got to find out what it is.
Hey, Scott, are you going to get arrested again? No, I certainly hope not. Oh, all right. Carry on.
He is a nice guy. Rory did hear the affair stuff. Like, he did hear that. But again, I hate to tell you, that's fair. Up and down the fairway. It's not great, but it's fair. You're allowed to say whatever you want. He's not the first and last guy that's had to deal with whatever his problems were. That's all. Then when he's pulling his club back, just be quiet. It was such a bad 2 days. 12-5. You know what 12-5 is? 12-5 is an ass game.
Well, it was a bad weekend for your liver and your knee, right? Your physical well-being.
Well, I told you.
As you were up there trying to keep up with a guy that is a professional when it comes to being very successful in a career and also when it comes to imbibing. Don't keep up with a person like that. Don't try.
This is a group of people. The women were more impressive collectively than the men. If this was a Ryder Cup scoring, the women, they beat us 17 to 11. Because my liver and I are in divorce proceedings. I said it earlier, and my right knee and I are not on speaking terms.
Degenerate you.
I'm hoping it's going to get better.
You're here because not all heroes wear capes.